And she's here to give us some tips on what not to wear to work. Hey, Nicole.
Hey, great to see you, Tory.
So the first thing you say is beware of the it fashions of the season.
Yeah, because they're not going to translate into workwear necessarily. I mean, think about capes, for example, and this is not even going into the low plunging necklines or the very tight short skirts. We know those. Those are the trite things to avoid. Think about capes, for example. Those are having a fashion it moment, and they might look very cute roaming around the streets of Manhattan, but do not wear that to work, please. You're going to look like a glorified quilt or a couch potato. You are not going to have that tailored look. Stick to the tailored dresses, stick to the tailored suits. Tory, stick to the classics.
Let me ask you one other thing, though, about some of the it styles.
Yep.
And there's, I hear a lot of debate about this. So you're walking into an interview, or perhaps you're going for that promotion, and you have the it bag with you. You've got, the brand new bag that's in all the fashion magazines, and some people say, well, that's a good thing because it makes you look stylish and on trend, and you're really paying attention to what's going on, and you're not out of touch. And then someone else says, if you can afford that, you don't need this promotion, or I don't need to give you a big salary because it looks like you're doing just fine on your own. What do you say to that?
Well, that is the message, definitely. And we saw during the thick of the financial crisis, a lot of Wall Street bankers would also not want to roll in a fancy car because you have to be really mindful of that perception as well. And think about some of the other it trends, whether or not it's a designer bag. I usually say mine's a knockoff anyway, and usually it is. And that's a good way to diffuse the situation, Tory. I mean, but think about some of those other trends, like the colored jeans for fall. I would stay away from that for the office.
All right. You also say no to leggings.
Leggings are not pants. Repeat after me. Leggings are not pants. And we've all seen women roaming around the streets with those shirts that are not dresses exactly, so you're a little bit confused whether or not they actually are wearing pants or not. They are very comfortable. They are very great for the yoga studio. I don't care how zen-like your office is, do not wear leggings to work.
All right, no leggings and no hats. You want us to take off the hats.
Okay, so the prince is taken. You don't need to wear a fascinator to work. You're not shielding yourself from the sun. If you cannot get your hair together, just brush it, put a headband on, leave the ball hats for the ball game.
Yeah, this is not the royal wedding, right?
No, definitely not. The prince is taken.
He's taken. All right. You're also not so into perfume.
And this is an interesting one. This is one that you don't think of necessarily as being something you're wearing to work, but perfume, think of the origins of perfume. It was essentially made to enhance your own body's pheromones to attract a potential mate. So, Tory, I don't need to tell you what is office etiquette 101. You were not supposed to be dating a coworker, so why the heck are you smelling like a department store lobby? Anyway, you should also keep in mind that some people are very allergic to perfume, so you don't want your coworkers having itchy eyes or runny noses or going to anaphylactic shock. Do not be that girl, please.
Do not be that girl, yeah, that everyone wants to stay away from. And finally, you say no flip-flops. And even as we think about the cold weather, it's also no to the shoes that make that slapping sound.
You don't want that slapping sound. That slapping sound, Tory, does not sound like success. Come on now. And this is really hard for me to say because I appreciate the commuters. It is a green way to go. It is a recessionista way to go, but leave those flip-flops in the bag when you go into work. If your stilettos are too uncomfortable to squeeze into at work, you should think about a nice, clean pair of cute flats. But those flip-flops are meant for the beach. I don't care how cute your pedicure is. It is not appropriate for the office.
Nicole, we could dish all day, but we'll leave it there. Thanks so much for coming in. And you can find out so much more from Nicole with tips like these at recessionista.com.